I know you did a film breakdown analysis of Dillon Gabriel and some of the processing that he was doing against the Dolphins. So take us through what we're seeing here and what you saw when you did this.
Yeah, I mean he's a rookie quarterback and he's on his third start. So there's obviously a bunch of like caveats. You're understanding the weather was a little rough. The football's wet. There's a lot of things here that are very fair things to point out about this game. But having said that, what you have to do is make sure that the eyes, the processing, and decision making are sound. I don't really mind so much the accuracy. I don't, because of the weather in this game. I don't. There's a lot of things I don't, place a ton of emphasis on. As long as the process looks good, you're seeing what the defense is doing, right? And giving yourself an opportunity to put the football at the correct spot as often as you can. Here is an example of just kind of not processing man shaded coverage underneath. This ball is as clearly interceptable as any football he's thrown this year that just goes right through the DB's hands for some reason. They ran this mesh down at the goal line, and usually your first read on this mesh return concept, teams like to run mesh where they will take those two outside receivers and run them on shallows. So they'll run them across the field. Sometimes, though, when you have that tendency to do that, you put them on return routes. So DBs start to cheat over the top to get there for the routes that are run, those mesh routes across the field. So they'll return route run with them, and then you'll run the back on a sideline route called a rail route. And if you identify that it's man coverage and the guy inside is chasing the rail route, you got to throw it. You got to be ready to throw that to the back if it's man coverage. And he just never saw it there. So there are several examples across the game where I'm taking folks through like, hey, these are the issues I'm seeing. He's not reading it the way it should be read. He's missing open opportunities. And like if you get a clean quarterback game in that game, it's not hard to see the Browns approaching like 45 or 50 points. I mean, there are just points left on the field from the passing game in this one. So understanding still, third round rookie quarterback, third game, harsh weather environment, totally understood. But I think studying the process is more important than looking at the results. And I want to give people an indicator of like, hey, the offense is there to be working on this day. It was there to be had, and they just didn't get to it. So, I think some people get offended if you're too critical. I'm not overly critical or overly supportive. I just tell you what, things guys are doing well, what they're not doing well, and try to stay as unbiased as possible with that process of like, you want to understand why the Browns offense is struggling on this particular day. Here's the reason that it struggled. So that outlines a lot of that.